You fought well and...
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Troy with DDM's Realm, and I've got another weekly walkthrough for you. As you can see, we got the siege going still. Oh, and if you haven't already, throw me a subscribe, become a patron, which I really appreciate. Just a little bit goes a long ways. And follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I really appreciate all the support that I can get for doing these videos for you. Well, as you see, the siege is still going on. It only has a couple days left, so you want to make sure that if you haven't already collected the things that you need for the rewards, to do so, like the heroic medals, to get the boxes so you can get the extra commendations. Also, there's some good stuff you can get for the for your guild. So if you haven't done that yet, I definitely get on it before the siege goes away here. And I've got a few videos on my channel that kind of go into the depths and details of doing all this stuff. You should check those out if you're not sure where your guards are in the guild or how to get some of the extra commendations if you've missed a day or two here. Alright, so if you... Sorry about that. Alright, so we got the siege going. Take care of that. Get your stuff taken care of. This is a good event, especially for that purple mount if you don't already have a purple mount. It's really no excuse not to get it. So coming up here, we have some new, the new mod that's coming out, and there's been a little bit more information that's come out about that. A dev blog has just popped out talking about the new epic trial that they're going to have. The Cradle of Death. They don't talk about really the specifics of the epic trial itself. It does look like a very similar to the ones that have recently been released, but they do mention that there will be new weapons that come out with this. I haven't investigated these too much yet, but I plan on getting into the details of this new mod prior to it coming out. So come on back the next couple weeks, and I will go on to the preview server, and we'll probably check a bunch of this stuff out on preview so you can see what's coming. Also, if you're unaware, there is a State of the Game live stream today on Twitch, so you're probably going to want to check that out if you want to see, get the most up-to-date news on where they plan to go, what they plan on doing. And that's going to be in a few hours from now. I'm not sure what will be on there, but I'm sure they'll go into quite a bit about what the new mod is going to be and what they plan on doing, hopefully, throughout the rest of the year. Alright, so what are we doing this week on Neverwinter? Of course, we have the siege. You already talked about that. We want to see what's coming up in the upcoming days in this upcoming weekend here. As always, check out your calendar, see what's happening here. Again, this stream is PC specific, but the information, tips, and tricks, I'm sure, are just as applicable in the console versions of this game. They're just not going to be happening at the same time. So you have a few days on the Siege of Neverwinter here. And then this weekend we have 2x seals coming up and a seal discount. That's pretty nice. If you you can really take advantage of that. A lot of higher level players won't because they think they've already kind of have the gear. But you can actually really take advantage of this and use old seals that would buy wimpy gear to get your own equipment and that kind of stuff. Or get more equipment, I guess. Or even just cash it in for money.
Tell the Protector we need more troops for the next counterattack.
Alright, so if you don't know about seals, seals are one of the many currencies that are in Neverwinter. You can check them out here. They list your seals over on the side. And talk about what seals they are, which ones you have, and how many of those you do have. One of the tricks to these is that they have caps on them, and a lot of people I've noticed don't even know that there's caps on these. So basically, you earn these seals if you hit the cap, even if you do
I
content
don't care if they
that
get
would
dragons.
earn
Get the hell
seals, you
alive.
won't because you have too many of them. So it's really important to actually keep an eye on how many seals that you have so you can spend them and you don't cap out and basically have wasted opportunity to get more gear, money, or both. So these seals come from the dungeons, epic dungeons, and a bunch of the events that are in the game. These seals come out of here. You can check it out if you go into your queues. You can actually look at your listings here and see what they have. These randoms are actually talking about these dungeons in here. So if you're looking at a random dungeon, come down to the actual dungeon itself and you can see which seals these grant. On completion, and sometimes just when you kill
Need more guards for
bosses
the barrier.
during these dungeons, you don't even have to necessarily complete them all the time. So keep an eye out on the floor or around bosses when they die, because you might get extra seals that way in low end and high end content. But the this section right here will tell you what seals that you're getting. So all of these dungeons, I think, are all adventure seals, which kind of gives you lower end equipment, but I think it's all blue and gem. So at low levels, if you happen to do lots of dungeons,
We
which
can do
most
better.
people don't, you can actually change these in for uh, gear, blue gear that you can put enchantments in, which is actually kind of nice if you're looking to get a little extra power at lower levels. These epic level
I
dungeons
am
give
not
out
letting
seals of the
random knaves
protector. They
win.
give you a little bit access to higher level things as well as some shards and whatnot. But you can go through here if you're looking for a specific seal. Really, you're going to be getting Seals of the Element, Seals of the Protector, Seals of the Adventure. There is one more that they introduced this last mod, is the Seal of the Brave, which is something I definitely want to talk about. Is it's a new seal that can only be
This city won't
spent
fall on my
in
watch.
the new mod, which is this one here, Juggles of Shoal. You get these, and you once you earn these Seals of the Brave, that's how you're going to get the best gear in the game, is from those Seals of the Brave. To make sure you optimize what you are getting for those, there is a chest at the end of the Tomb of the Nine Gods. Is what's the only place those drop right now. They probably will be dropping out of the new mod as well, since it's the finale of this storyline, even though there's a new campaign for it. But we'll see. Excuse me. But you want to make sure you definitely come in here and
Holt makes it through the breach here.
do
The
this
city's a loss.
adventures task and get these keys. So if you've got this stuff filled out, you have no better use of these totems and stuff now. So you should just keep buying keys after keys after keys. The reason for this is weekends like this, where you have a double seal weekend, you can go in there, clean up on seals quite quickly, and you don't have to grind it out so much. And that is definitely worth your time. So if there's something to prepare for, I would definitely suggest getting keys, or you can even get keys for the lower end dungeons. But most importantly, I think, is to get keys for Tomb of the Nine Gods so you can farm Seals of the Brave quite quickly.
Where's the report from the battlefront?
Now, these also have a cap on them. Where was that? Oh, dang it, I forgot. There's a certain amount of Seals of the Brave you can get every week as well. Is that 400? Let's take a look here. So I have this limit to the amount of totems you can get, and there is a limit to the amount of weekly ones you can get. Maybe it's
We
in
need more
actually
guards
in
for the
your
medical
items
team.
thing for the Seals of the Brave.
High music doth inspire heroics.
Yep, there it is. So you can have 1,200 um, seals total, but you cap out at 400. So if you get your keys now, watch that cap because you really don't want to be completing that quest if you hit that cap. And then with the 2 times seals going on, you actually have another that resets Sunday night, and you'll actually have time before they turn it off to get more seals. So if you want to do that, that's a good way to sneak in a few extras to get that end gear purchased. If you have some of these other seals, let me show you where to head to purchase those, or use those, I guess. Go to Protector's Enclave here, and there are some seal vendors inside. Now, the game, if you're coming back from playing a long time ago, there used to be a ton of different kinds of seals. Every little section had its own little seal, but they've consolidated that, and you can now trade all those random seals into adventure seals, which is definitely nice, because it was a pain to have all those different kinds of seals, because you never seem to play long enough in a single place to get enough seals to get anything, so you'd move to a new place, but then those old seals wouldn't work. But now they do. Come on over here, and there's the adventure seal trader. Excuse me. And then you can look at what they have kind of just generically. They have the trade-in seals here. So if you have the old seals, you can trade them in here for the new adventure ones. I have here, like, I got a bunch of seals of the unicorn. I can trade those in or whatever. But you can look at these, and if you get these seals of adventure and actually need these enchantments, cool. I would definitely avoid spending any of your seals on this one. Totally not worth it. And if you look here, there's a bag of rough astral diamonds. You can get this and earn a little bit if you have your astral diamonds boost going. I think I have one going on this character. Yeah, so if you look here, top left, every time you use your invocation, you get a little bit of extra astral diamond boost. And you'll see that in the listing here. The next 10,000, or that's XP, next 550, there's a 50% boost. So that adds to this total up here. So I got 21,000 left with a max of 1,000. This is another place in the game where it caps things out. So if you see that cap, do things to get rough astral diamonds so you can bring that down. Because when you hit caps but continue to do content, you're just robbing yourself, and it's not really worth it. So anyway, so I see I have a cap here. If I do this and I buy the rough astral diamonds, it says I'll get 500, but I have a 50% bonus on this. This will give me 750 astral diamonds. That's okay. However, these enchantments are probably 100 to 200 each. So actually purchasing these enchantments and just reselling them will get me that money. And I'll probably have more money than if I was to buy the rough astral diamonds. And this is the trick to seals right here. Is you're going to get seals for doing lots of things. The first time you look at vendors, you're going to say, it's pretty much crap. I don't want any of this. I'm just going to ignore it. So then you end up capping your seals out, and you're wasting money, because you could be spending those seals on these enchantments that you can sell, or you can convert them into RP, or you can just get the bags. And it just takes a second. Once you get close to cap or near cap, you can just go ahead and buy some, and your amount goes down, and you can get back into earning them. And this is kind of a way to make a little bit of money on the side. It's kind of like finding change in your couch cushions. So if you have adventure seals, that's a good place to go to for those. If you get, seals of the adventure or if you get seals of the protector or elements, go to this guy over on this side. Sorry, I may have had a little bit too much coffee this morning. All right, so right now, the seal of the protector actually changes once in a while, depending on which old campaign had decent stuff. That's what ends up appearing on here. It's kind of a way to get the old gear easier when the new gear is out. So currently, you see they have all the Storm King's Thunder stuff on here, and you can go ahead and purchase those. And what's cool is that you can purchase these, get those items, but then you can also go right into the accessories. Oh, no, it's miscellaneous, sorry. You can go into this other section. Open. And you'll see that it actually has a bunch of the components you need to restore those artifacts and stuff from the Storm King's Thunder. So you can come in here, buy that stuff, get your relic without having to go do the quest, and you can actually even upgrade it with the items that are here. They don't sell everything here, but I'm pretty sure that you can either purchase it here or you can buy it on the auction house. The only thing that I think that you have to do some questing for in the Storm King's Thunder right now is for the runic shards or whatever you get from doing just the regular quests around that area. So that might be the only thing you have to grind. Other than that, you can get all of this stuff from those seals. This also has a seal exchange if you want to kind of convert them back and forth. And then if you already have that stuff or you have better stuff, you can come in here and look for shards. If you want to purchase them on purchase shards, you can. Generally, it's actually a lot cheaper to buy these on the auction house with AD. But if for some reason they don't have the one you want or you need, you can definitely buy those on here. And then, wish you could just pop out so I can go all the way back in. And then, so if you have all this stuff, you don't want to buy shards, you don't need any ingredients, then go ahead and just get accessories, because here's all the decent rings that came out of that mod. So if you don't have them, that's fine, but then this is also great for adding to all of your companions or your alts, because these are going to be account bound. So you can buy these for your alts, you can buy these for your other characters, you can buy them for their companions, and if they're already all set, like mine are, then I just buy these rings and I salvage them. So there's money that I can get from keeping those keeping the seals, keeping track of them, making sure I don't hit cap, because you're just kind of wasting money. If you already have that stuff, you can come in here and just go ahead and buy them up, then go ahead and salvage them. One thing I would suggest, though, is before you purchase those, you can come in here and look at your collections. And you might as well kill two birds with one stone, right? Come in here and check out and see what your collections look like. Where are the rings? There we go. Then you can look at your rings and see which rings you have, and you can actually just buy the ones that will help you fill out the collection, and then get a little extra collection points. Why not, right? Anyway, that's kind of micromanaging into this stuff. But if you're cognizant or care about your collections at all, you can definitely help top those off with your seals there. All right, well, does anybody have any questions? I've about covered everything I think I want to do this week. Just wanted to give everybody an overview and some deep dive looks at the seals, so you can make sure you take advantage of what's happening this weekend. All right, well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I have a lot more content coming up once I learn a little bit more about this new mod. But for now, this is what's happening. Check out that live stream today, the state of the game, and get ready to do some seal farming this weekend. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, become a patron. I really appreciate that support. And until next time, play smarter, not harder.